going on, YouTube? Am I recording? I don't know. Let's check it out. Recording. Oh, okay. Where'd it go? What's going on, YouTube? It's David Thompson here. Raw Energetics, RAENERGETICS.com. Check it out, man. There's a lot of good stuff on there. Because what I'm about to tell you, I had a lot of assistance from the products that are on there. Alright. I had a lucid dream last night, and boy, God, it was one of the best I ever had. If not the best. Okay? Step by step, this is how it went down. So if you want to have it, this is what you got to do. Well, this will help anyway. I set my alarm clock for 4 hours. Bang. Wake up 4 hours, right in the REM cycle, and we're going. But I was exhausted doing things. So I missed it. I woke up 5 hours. I missed my REM cycle. Fine. I got up. I take my lucid dream supplements that are on the website. Very detailed. Instructions, everything. I took the lucid dream supplements. And I just, I threw on some meditation music. Matter of fact, some astral projection, binaural beats. And it was a hypnosis session too. Combination. Pretty good. Then I just went to sleep. I didn't try to stay up and watch the images, nothing. Next thing I know, I'm dreaming, and I think that the dream's so real that I think I'm in my room and it's taking place. Now here goes the dream. I'm dreaming like I'm in the bed. My brother's in the bed, and he's about to wake me up, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to lucid dream. Don't wake me up. Because I get a nudge, and I'm like, oh man, you're going to ruin my lucid dream. I'm trying to go into sleep paralysis, blah, blah, blah. Then, my girl comes from the other side of the bed. This is dream time. Comes from the other side of the bed. And I think it's my brother trying to wake me up. And she went to go jump over me. And I react so fast, and I grab her hand like this. And I crush it by accident. I just thought I grabbed that. And it was to the point that, I crushed it so bad, when I looked at her, she was just crying, and her mascara was getting messed up, so she had, black tears, and her hand looked like it was, jelly coming out, red jelly. It was just over-exaggerated. And I just looked at that, and I was like, yep, thank you. I know that I'm lucid dreaming. I know that I'm dreaming, so I just flew. Now, that's a key point. I don't know how you guys react in your dream time, but I can say that this is a dream. And it won't do that much for me. I say it all the time in my dreams, real life, so I still don't know the difference between the two. So as soon as I say, okay, thank you, that was a dream, I fly. As soon as I fly, come on, we know this is a dream. Alright, so I fly, and I go up to the ceiling, and I get my hands, this far into the ceiling. This is the ceiling, boom, my hand gets this far into the ceiling, and I kind of push off. Then I fly, and I leave the room. I fly through the room. Then I'm in this long hallway on top of this huge chandelier, and there's chandeliers as far as I can see. So I'm on the chandelier, and I'm just you get that feeling oh wow, I'm in here. It's like if you got teleported to Mars, you're like, wow, I'm here. So I was in my dream, and I'm rubbing my hands, oh, I can feel my hands. Yeah, this is cool, rubbing myself, getting solid in the dream. Then I started to fly forward. I was flying on the chandelier to chandelier. I get to the last chandelier, and I'm still flying. I'm just flying. Then I'm just going through this huge hallway. It looks like a huge castle, and I'm flying. Then I see like a glass window of a roof, but it's inside the building, and it's like like a roof, a glass window and a roof. And I flew through it like this, and I balled up like a cannonball and just went right through it, and I was spinning around, went right through it. And I was in another part of the building, and I was still flying. Then I started to fly straight up, just up, 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 up. Then I tried to go faster, but I could only go a certain speed. I had limitations in this lucid dream, I'll tell you now. Well, from there, I came outside, and I was in this huge park, and it was nighttime. There was this huge park, and there was a lake in the middle of the park. I mean, yeah, it was a really, really nice lake. And there was a couple of people walking around. So I would fly up to the people, and I would try to communicate with them. I was like, yes, I'm in my subconscious. I'm going to get some answers right now. Somebody's going to tell me something about me. I'll go up to the people, fly up to them. Hey, what's going on? They act like I wasn't even there. I'm like, okay. I just fly towards somebody else. All the time, I'm so interested in what's going on around me because it's just magnificent, like lucid dreaming. It's like, wow, I control all of this. There was the water. I was like, I was so taken away by the water, and I flew towards the water, and I was like, wow, look at that water. And I tried to touch the water, and it wasn't like our water at all. It was more of wax, like a candle wax. And when I got closer, it was like ice / candle wax. That the water wasn't moving anymore, and it was just solid. So I walked along the water because it was a fountain. So I climbed. I just went up the fountain, flew up the fountain, and I was standing on the top. And while I was asleep, my physical body, I had headphones on because I was also listening to binaural beats. I had an astral projection hypnosis on. This helped me also a lot because when I was going into the dream, it kept me conscious because I could hear the guy's voice the whole time. And that was pretty cool. Because imagine me standing on top of this frozen fountain, and I'm hearing this voice booming through, like it's booming through into my world. Just like, envision that you're in outer space, and I'm hearing this voice. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Then I see all the stars outside. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. They just looked fantastic, man. Lucid Dream was incredible. And then from there, what did I do? I tried to transform the dream into outer space. Everything went pitch black. And I started to see the stars, but then I faded out. And I was like, no, this happened way too many times. I know where this is heading. And I was like, all right, come back. And I started to rub myself. Then I reappeared. Because I didn't want to fade out and lose my lucidity and wake up. So I rubbed myself. Then I came back. And I see myself. Then I started to fly near the water some more, looking at it. Wow, cool. Then I seen another kid. This kid, he had a book like this, and he was walking into this building. I guess it was a school. I flew up to him, and I was like, hey, what's going on? Nothing. Didn't even look at me, just kept on walking. Then I stopped and I said, hey, I want to talk to my higher self. Nothing. Then I was like, I want to talk to my higher self. Nothing. Then I said it again. Then the whole dream just shook. I was like, hold on, this happened too before. And it kicked me right out of my lucid dream. So I was like, okay, I get it. Not now. I followed the kid into the school. Then there was some other kids in there in the hallway. And they was joking around. They was cracking jokes. And I went up to the guy. It was a black guy. Short guy. Wearing glasses. I went up to him. I was like, hey. Because he was already talking. So I was like, it's easy to get this guy to go. I was like, hey, tell me something about myself. And he actually did. I forgot what he said though. But I will remember it later. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I said that to him. Tell me something about myself. And he said something. Then he looked at me like he didn't want to continue to talk. And I was like, what's going on? Nobody wants to give me any information. Then from there, I left the school. And I kind of zoned out. And I came out of the dream. Okay? Came out of the dream. Woke up on my bed. I went back to sleep. I was like, whoa, that was cool. I went back to sleep. The hypnosis session was still being played. Very, very lovely. You guys should definitely play hypnotic music. I mean, like a hypnosis session, like a lucid dream hypnosis, or binaural beats, or if you don't have headphones, isochronic beats, as you're trying to do your lucid dreaming or astral projection. Because as I was listening to that on my way to sleep, I was actually watching the dream start to form. So I wasn't dead asleep, then I'm just in a dream and I don't even notice. It was like I was closing my eyes and I was watching the dream appear around me. I was like, obviously this is a dream, I just seen it happen. So that was pretty cool. Like I was somewhere. I think I was like on a ship. I had, there was a couple of girls around me. And it was me, my brother, and a couple of my boys. And there was a wooden door under our feet. And that wooden door, it led to my room. I went down, pulled up the latchet, went down into my room. Now here, whew, it's PG-16, you know what I'm saying? Right here. I went down into my room. I went in there with my girl. My girl came out the room. I'm still in there. My brother came down in the room. Started to get a little weird. I put a condom on, and I had a toilet. I went to the toilet. I was imagining like it was a girl. Then I started just to stroke the toilet, the back of the seat. I mean, like the seat was up, and I started to just bam, bam. And I was like, wow, that feels really good. And I was like, it doesn't feel good anymore. I was like, oh, because I went soft. Then from there, I took the condom off, and I went to the window, and I started to go for the screen. I lift up the screen, and my girl was downstairs in the backyard. As soon as I lift up the screen, she was like, hey, what you doing? I was like, oh shit. And I put the screen back down because I was like, what would it look like if I'm throwing a condom out into the backyard? I can't explain that. I don't want to explain it, so I'm just gonna not. But she came down the stairs, and my brother was still there. He's laying on the bed. I said, lay on the bed. It should just look weird right now. She comes down, and I just stuffed the condom under the drawer. I'm like, I hope she don't find the condom, because it's gonna get weird. and I don't want to explain it because it won't make sense. She comes down. I tell my brother, all right, you got to go because that's our bed. You can't be sleeping on our bed. We're going to use that bed right now. That's what she wants to do. Use that bed right now. He left. And we do our thing. Then this when it got weird. Really weird. Because between that dream, I kind of fell into the dream. Lost consciousness. And just played the role as a dream character. But when stuff like this happens, it wakes you up. I open up the window again. I look out. And there's this little guy. He's about like, 35 years old. Probably about 4 feet high, 4 feet 5. And he has an AK. And somebody says, "Get him, Steve." And he starts just going to work on the house like, I was like, what? I went to the other side and I try to open up the other window and I'm trying to hide and I'm like, what am I thinking? He's going to shoot right through the house anyway. I can't hide. And I'm looking at my girl. I'm like, damn, what am I going to do? How am I going to protect her? And how am I going to protect myself? I'm like, what's... I was like, oh yeah, you're dreaming. I just opened up the window and I flew at this guy. I flew at him and he took off. Whew. He took off around the corner. He's going around this gated house. I'm still flying around him. This guy's just trotting. Not running too fast, but I can't keep up. I'm like, I'm flying. I should be able to just catch this guy. I'm flying after him. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to cut through the yard right now, and I'm going to catch him. Couldn't cut through the yard. But then I just kept on chasing him and never caught him. And that was a great lucid dream. That was a really, really good lucid dream. The first part of my lucid dream was the best because I became conscious like almost straight away, pretty much straight away, yeah. Straight away. And it was very long. I was just there. It was very vivid. It was just as vivid as an out-of-body experience. I had conscious thought. Like I actually had thoughts of coming back home and just coming out of body. Because you can do that when you lucid dream. You just go back to your body. And yeah. It turned into like an out-of-body experience. So that was great. So like I said before, go to the website RAEnergetics.com, Raw Energetics, and go to Lucid Dream Supplements, and it has all the pills that you need. It's only $5, and it's $10 for two nights, 2 set of pills for 2 nights. And this is pretty much a guaranteed. Boom. You're going to have a lucid dream, an out-of-body experience, either or that night. Guaranteed if you do it how I have the instructions on the website. And if you can't see the instructions, you can send me an email and I'm more than happy to explain. And definitely apply the binaural beats, isochronic, whatever you got with it, because it helps. Okay, I was very excited about that lucid dream, so I had to tell you guys. I haven't been doing a lot of out-of-body experiences and lucid dreaming experiences on camera, so I want to do that for you guys because I know a lot of you subscribe just for that, so I want to get that back to you guys. And like always, I appreciate everybody that watches my video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.